When we come to practice meditation, the main two qualities we're developing are mindfulness and clear comprehension, sati, sampajanya. So if we're practicing mindfulness of the breathing, that's the aim of the task, the practice. It's to bring up the quality of mindfulness, the ability to pay attention to the breath, to know the breath. The Buddha encouraged us to sit up straight, put energy into our posture, and bring attention to the in and out breath. To know the in-breath from the beginning to the end. So for instance, you pick it up at the tip of your nostrils. To put attention there and know the breath in and then the breath out. That quality of knowing the breath at the tip of your nostrils, paying attention. That's what we call mindfulness. Clear comprehension means we understand what we're doing and why, say the purpose. We know the breath, at what stage the breath is, whether it's the beginning of a fresh in-breath or the middle where the in-breath is complete, and then the out-breath, the beginning of the out-breath, and then the finish of the out-breath. We know that we're sitting, if we're sitting. We know the breath. We know the nature of the breath. So sometimes the breath is more coarse or rough. Sometimes, as we become more mindful, the breath becomes very refined. Sometimes the breath is fast, especially after exercise or movement. Sometimes the breath becomes very slow. We know the breath when it's short or long. We don't need to control the breath or make it any particular way. Because when you try and control the breath, or force it, or force your mind to be with the breath, that tends to lead to tension, even pain, such as headaches or discomfort. This is an exercise in developing awareness, mindfulness of the breath, not controlling it. But just to know whether it's going in, going out, it's short, it's long, doesn't matter. You don't have to judge the breath or form a view or an opinion about the breath, just to know it as it is. The quality of mindfulness is a very neutral quality. It's just knowing things as they are. And of course, the power of karma, what we call the conditioning process, means that our mindfulness will slip away, will lose mindfulness, often very quickly, because different trains of thought come up into our consciousness. You hear a sound, so your mind is diverted towards the sound and thinking about the sound, what it is, whether you like it or don't like it. And so you're no longer aware of the breath, you're now thinking about the sound. The sound itself may only last a few moments, but what you think about it, your reaction, that might last for a while. So it takes away your mindfulness from the breath. Now you're thinking about the sound. And then you remember different things because you're now not so mindful. And your mind will link different memories, ideas, thoughts together. So it's as if it goes off on a journey. And it might be a long time before you bring it back to the breath, before you wake up to the fact that you've lost your mindfulness. But when you re-establish mindfulness on the breath, return to the breath, pay attention back with the breath. Again, you just have to know the breath. You know that you got lost in a train of thought, but now your mind is back with the breath. You don't have to complain or blame yourself. Just know there was a period where you lost your mindfulness, and now it's back again. Until the next time when you lose it. But if you keep practicing regularly, of course, then there's the opportunity for mindfulness to improve, become stronger, more continuous. You may even find that sometimes when you're not meditating, but you just have a quiet moment, your mind quite naturally goes to the breath. So the breath becomes, we say, a refuge, like a friend that your mind turns to, because becoming mindful of the breath is quite naturally a peaceful activity. It tends to calm us down, both body and mind calm down. Particularly when we're stressed or worried or upset. The breath can be a very useful way to improve our state of mind and gain some clarity. The mindfulness, the clear comprehension comes up when we turn to the breath. If you keep practicing regularly, You become more used to turning your attention inwards to the breath. And you become more aware of what we call the breath body. The breath from the inside, where you let go of attachment to thoughts and sounds and external things. And you become much more aware of your breath from the inside, and it can seem to fill your whole body as you become more peaceful. And that has a great effect on both body and mind. Brings with it a sense of well-being. And body and mind relax as you become more aware of the breath, and your mind, we say, unifies with the breath. Then we become aware of this internal breath body. And that can ultimately bring us a deep, profound feeling of peace as well. So for the next period, we'll practice mindfulness until you hear the sound of the bell.